Good neighborhood, said the master, adds beauty to life. If a man does not choose good neighborhood, how can he be called wise? A man without virtue, said the master, cannot endure adversity nor enjoy prosperity for long. A good man is content to be good. A wise man knows it pays to be good. Only a benevolent man, said the master, can love the good and dislike the wrong. If a man, said the master, has made up his mind to be good, he will do no wrong. Wealth and rank, said the master, are what men desire. If they could be attained only in an improper way, they should be relinquished. Poverty and obscurity are what men dislike. If they could be avoided only in an improper way, they should be endured. If a man had no virtue, how could he be worthy of his fame? A cultured man cannot do anything contrary to virtue even for the shortest time of a meal. He must do nothing contrary to virtue even in haste or in distress. I have not seen anyone, said the master, who really loves virtue and abhors vice. If one really loves virtue, how could anyone else be better than he? If one abhors vice, it is because he is afraid that vice would do harm to him. Is there anyone who has practiced virtue with all his might all the day long? I have not seen one. Perhaps there are some, but I have seen none. A man's faults, said the master, may reveal what kind of man he is. A man may be judged by his faults. If a man knows in the morning the right way of living, said the master, he may die in the evening without regret. If an intellectual, said the master, has made up his mind to find out the right way of life but feels ashamed of plain clothes and plain food, I do not think he is worth talking with. A cultured man, said the master, does not set his heart for or against anything in the world. He only does what is right. A cultured man cares for virtue, said the master, and an uncultured man for the land. The former cares for order and the latter for favor. Those who do everything only in their own interests, said the master, would arouse discontent. If a country can be governed, said the master, in accordance with the ritual system, what more need I to say? If not, what is the use of the ritual system? Be more concerned, said the master, with your mission than your position. Fear not that you are unknown, but that you are unworthy to be known. The master said, Shin, you know how my principles can be simplified. Master Xing answered, yes. When the master was out, other disciples asked what the master meant. Master Xing said, our master's principles can be simplified into loyalty and leniency. A cultured man cares for what is proper and fit, while an uncultured man cares for the profit. When you see a man better than you, said the master, you should try to equal him. When you see a man doing wrong, you should ask yourself if you have done the same. In serving one's parents, said the master, one may make remonstrance. If it is rejected, the son should show no discontent, but resume an attitude of deference and reiterate his remonstrance without complaint. When father and mother are alive, said the master, a good son should not go afar. If he does, they should be informed where he is going. A son, said the master, who does not alter his father's ways 3 years after his death may be called filial. The age of one's parents, said the master, should not be forgotten. Old age may bring comfort on the one hand and worry on the other. The ancients, said the master, would not say what they could do, for they would be ashamed if their deeds disagreed with their words. Few would make mistakes, said the master, who could control themselves in accordance with the rules of propriety. A cultured man, said the master, may be slow in word but prompt in deed. A good man never feels lonely, said the master, good neighbors will come up to him. Ziyu said, repetition of remonstrances would lead to loss of favor in the service of a prince, and to estrangement in friendship. The master said, Gongye Chang might be a good husband, though he was once put in jail, but it was not through his fault. And the master married his daughter to him. The master said, Nan Rong would not be unemployed in a well-governed country, nor would he be punished in an ill-governed one. And the master married his niece to him. Zijian, said the master, is a cultured man. If there were no cultured men in the state of Lu, how could he have learned to be one? Zigong asked the master, what do you think of me, sir? The master said, you are a vessel. Zigong said, what sort of vessel? The master said, the best jade vessel for food, used in ancestral sacrifice. Someone said, Yong is virtuous, but he is not eloquent. The master said, what is the use of eloquence? Eloquence to the point of imposition would often cause disgust. I do not know whether Yong is virtuous. But what is use of his being eloquent? The master asked Chidiao Kai to serve as an officer. Chidiao Kai replied, I am not sure how I can fulfill an office. The master was pleased. The master said, if the truth I preach were not followed, I would float on the sea by a raft. Who would then follow me but Zilu? On hearing of this, Zilu was glad. Then the master said, Zilu is more courageous than I, but I am afraid his courage is reckless. Meng Wu asked whether Zilu was a man of men. The master said, I do not know. When asked again, he said, in a country of 1,000 chariots, Zilu might serve in the military field, but I do not know how he could be a man of men. When asked about Ran Chiu, the master said, in a city of 1,000 families or a baronial house of 100 chariots, Chiu might serve as an administrator, but I do not know how he could be a man of men. When asked about Gong Shiqi, the master said, standing at court with a sash around the waist, she might serve in the intercourse with honorable guests, but I do not know how he could be a man of men. The master asked Zigong, which one do you think is better, you or Yan Hui? Zigong replied, how can I compare with Hui? He may infer 10 from 1, while I can only infer 2. The master said, you cannot match with him. Neither you nor I can match with him. Ziyu often slept by day. The master said, rotten wood cannot be carved, a wall of dry dung cannot be whitewashed. What is the use of my blaming him? Again the master said, at first when I dealt with people, I listened to what they said and believed they would do likewise. Now when I deal with people, I will not only listen to what they say but also see what they do. It is from Ziyu that I have learned to make this change. The master said, I have never seen a man steady and strong. When Xinchang was mentioned, the master said, Chang is at the mercy of his desires. How could he be steady and strong? Zigong said, what I would not have others do to me, I would not do to them. The master said, Zigong, you have not yet attained to that. Zigong said, we may have heard our master's views on culture, but not on human nature and divine law. Zilu would put into practice what he had learned, otherwise, he would not learn anything more. When Zigong asked why Kong Wenzi was called a civilized man, the master said, he was curious and fond of learning and not ashamed to learn from his inferiors, so he was called a civilized man. The master said of Zichan, he is a cultured man in 4 respects: modest in his conduct, respectful in serving his superiors, beneficial to the people, and just in employing his inferiors. Yan Pingzhong, said the master, knows how to make friends. The longer their friendship lasts, the more they respect him. Zhang Wenzhong, said the master, kept a divine tortoise in a hall with hill patterns on its pillars and duckweed patterns on its beams. What did he know of the rites? Zizhang asked what the master would say of Ziwen, who was not over-delighted when thrice appointed minister, and not disappointed when thrice deposed, and who informed his successors how he had governed the state. The master said, he was loyal. When asked whether he was a man of men, the master said, I do not know how he could be a man of men. Zizhang said, when Cui Zi murdered the prince of Qi, Chen Wenzi, who had a fief of 10 chariots, gave it up and left for another state. Arrived there, he said the ruler was as bad as Cui Zi, and left for a third. Arrived there, he said the same and left it again. What would you say of him? The master said, he is free from blame. When asked whether he was a man of men, the master said, I do not know how he could be a man of men. Ji Wenzi would not take action until he thought it over thrice. Hearing of this, the master said, twice is enough. Ning Wu Zi, said the master, showed wisdom when the country was well governed, but pretended to be dull when it was ill governed. His wisdom may be equaled, but not his dullness. Why not return? Said the master in the state of Qin, why not return? The youth in my own country are thoughtless and careless, but they write well. How can I leave them uneducated? Bo Yi and Shu Qi, said the master, who would not accede to the throne, bore no old grudge, so few bore a grudge against them. Who says Wei Shengao is honest? Said the master. Someone asked him for vinegar, he begged it from his neighbor, and then gave it as his own. Flowery words, hypocritical deeds, excessive respect, said the master, are shameful in the eyes of Zhu Qiuming, so are they in mine. To befriend those whom one resents is shameful in the eyes of Zhu Qiuming, so is it in mine. The master said to Yan Yuan and Zilu in attendance, will each of you tell me what you wish? Zilu said, I would have carriage and horses, clothes and fur dress to share with my friends till these things are outworn, and I would feel no regret. Yan Hui said, I would not show the good I have done nor the trouble I have taken for others. Zilu asked what the master's wish was. The master said, I would comfort the old, be trusted by my friends and be loved by the young. In vain, said the master, have I looked for one who could find out his own faults and blame himself. In a hamlet of 10 houses, said the master, there must be someone as faithful and as trustworthy as I am, but he may not be so fond of learning. Ran Yong, said the master, might be made a leader setting his face to the south. When Ran Yong asked about Master Zi Sang Bo, the master said, he will do, for he is lenient. Ran Yong said, severe with oneself and lenient with others, one may become a good ruler. Lenient with oneself as with others, will one not become negligent? The master said, Yong, you are right. Duke Ai of Lu asked Confucius, Which of your disciples are eager to learn? Confucius said there was Yan Hui who was eager to learn. He did not shift the blame onto others, nor would he make the same mistake again. But it was a pity that he died early. Now there is none like him. I have never again heard of anyone so eager to learn. When Gongxi Hua was sent on a mission to the state of Qi, Ran Yu requested grain for Gongxi's mother. The master said, "Give her a measure." Ran Yu asked for more. The master said, "Give her 2 measures." But Ran Yu gave her 10 measures. The master said, when Gongxi Hua went to Qi, he drove sleek horses and wore light furs. I have heard that a cultured man will help those in need but not those who are rich. Yuan Si, when made a governor, was given a salary of 900 liters of grain, but he declined. The master said, "Do not decline it. Why not share it with your neighbors, villagers and townsfolk?" Would mountain gods and river gods, said the master, reject the sacrifice of a calf because it is brindled and horned? Yan Hui, said the master, would not do anything against humanism for 3 months on end. Others may do so, but only for a day or at most for a month. When Ji Kongzi asked whether Zilu was fit to be employed as an officer, the master said, "Zilu is courageous. Why can he not be employed as an officer?" When asked about Zigong, the master gave the same reply because Zigong was efficient. When asked about Ran Qiu, the master said the same again because Ran Qiu was versatile. When the usurper sent to ask Min Ziqian to be governor of Fei, Min said, "Would you please decline that office for me? If anyone should come again, I would go far, far beyond the river Wen." When Bo Neo was ill, the master went to inquire after him. Grasping his hand through the window, the master said, "It is all over. Alas! It is fatal for such a good man to have such a fatal illness. Such a good man should have such a fatal illness." How good Yan Hui was, said the master, living in a humble lane with only a handful of rice to eat and a gourdful of water to drink. Others could not bear such a wretched life, but Yan Hui was as happy as ever. How good Yan Hui was! Ran Qiu said, "It is not that I am not delighted to follow your way, but that I lack the power." The master said, "Those who lack power may stop on the midway, but you have not yet started." The master said to Zi Xia, "You should be an intellectual of the higher class, not one of the lower class." When Ziyu was governor of the town of Wu, the master asked him whether he had got any helping hand. Ziyu answered, "There is Tantai Mieming who never takes a shortcut in walking and never comes to my office unless on business." Ming Zi Fan, said the master, was no boaster. Once defeated, he was the last to retreat. Whipping up his horse near the city gate, he said, "I am the last to retreat, not because I am brave, but because my horse is slow." Without the eloquence of the priest Tuo, said the master, and the beauty of Prince Chao of Song, it would be hard to get through with the world of today. Who, said the master, could go out but by the door? Why not go this way? More natural than cultured, said the master, one would appear rustic. More cultured than natural, one would appear artificial. An intelligent man should appear both cultured and natural. A man should live an honest life, said the master. It is by luck that a dishonest man can escape punishment. To know the truth is good, said the master, to love it is better, and to delight in it is best. To understand is good, To enjoy is better and to delight is best. We may talk about what goes beyond the understanding of the average, said the master, with those who are above mediocrity, not with those who are below. When Fanchi asked about wisdom, the master said, "A wise man should do what is good for the people, respect spiritual beings and keep away from them." When asked about a good man, the master said, "A good man will do hard work before he reaps. So may he be called a good man." The wise, said the master, delight in water while the good delight in mountains. The wise love mobility while the good love tranquility. The wise live happy while the good live long. After Reformation, said the master, the strong state of Qi might advance to a moral state, and the moral state of Lu might advance to an ideal state. The wine cup, said the master, looks unlike a cup. Can it be called a cup? Can it be called a cup? Zawa asked whether a good man, when told another man was fallen into a well, should go down after him. The master said, "Why should he go down? A good man might be told to go near the well, but not to go into it. He might be deceived, but not befooled." A cultured man, said the master, if wide-read in literature and restrained by the rights, would not overstep what is right. When Zilu was displeased with the master's visit to the beautiful but ill-famed Princess Nanzi, the master swore, "If I had done anything wrong, may heaven reject me. May heaven reject me." How useful is the golden middle way, said the master. It is the highest virtue, but it has not been followed for a long time. Zigong asked whether it could be called virtue to do good to people and benefit them. The master said, "It is more than virtue, it is the accomplishment of a sage. Even the earliest emperors could not boast of such accomplishment." What is virtue? To establish others as you would establish yourself, and help others to develop as you would help yourself to. To judge of others by what is in yourself, that is the way towards virtue.